Hello everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications to get the latest updates from Europe. US President Donald Trump has said homeless people must move out of Washington, D.C. as he vowed to tackle crime in the city. But the mayor pushed back against the White House, likening the American capital to Baghdad in Iraq. The Republican president has also trailed a news conference for Monday about his plan to make the city safer and more beautiful than it ever was before. Mayor Muriel Bowser, a Democrat, said, "We are not experiencing a crime spike." Trump signed an order last month making it easier to arrest homeless people, and he last week ordered federal law enforcement into the streets of Washington, D.C. "The homeless have to move out immediately," Trump wrote on his social media site, Truth Social, on Sunday. "We will give you places to stay, but far from the Capitol. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong." Alongside photos of tents and rubbish, he added, "There will be no Murder Nice Guy. We want our capital back. Thank you for your attention to this matter." The specifics of the president's plan are not yet clear, but in a 2022 speech, he proposed moving homeless people to high-quality tents on inexpensive land outside cities, while providing access to bathrooms and medical professionals. On Friday, Trump ordered federal agents, including from U.S. Park Police, the Drug Enforcement Administration, the FBI, and the U.S. Marshals Service, into Washington, D.C. to curb what he called totally out-of-control levels of crime. A White House official told NPR that up to 450 federal officers were deployed on Saturday night. The administration is also considering deploying National Guard members, although Trump has not yet made a final decision, according to reports by Reuters and ABC News. Trump's moves come after a 19-year-old former employee of the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, was assaulted in an alleged attempted carjacking in Washington, D.C. Trump vented about that incident on social media, posting a photo of the bloodied victim. Mayor Bowser told MSNBC on Sunday, "It is true that we had a terrible spike in crime in 2023, but this is not 2023. We have spent over the last 2 years driving down violent crime in this city, driving it down to a 30-year low." She criticized White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller for dubbing the U.S. Capitol more violent than Baghdad. "Any comparison to a war-torn country is hyperbolic and false," Bowser said. Washington, D.C.'s homicide rate remains relatively high per capita compared to other U.S. cities, with a total of 98 such killings recorded so far this year. Homicides have been trending higher in the U.S. Capitol from a decade ago. But federal data from January suggests that Washington, D.C. last year recorded its lowest overall violent crime figures, once carjacking, assault, and robberies are incorporated in 30 years. Promised a news conference at the White House on Monday to outline his plans to stop violent crime in Washington, D.C. He stated the event, scheduled for 10 EDT, 14 GMT, will address ending crime, murder, and death in the city, as well as its physical renovation. Although he described Mayor Muriel Bowser as a good person who has tried, he claimed that despite her efforts, crime has worsened and the city is becoming dirtier and less attractive. Community Partnership, an organization working to reduce homelessness in Washington, D.C., told Reuters that the city of 700,000 residents has about 3,782 homeless people on any given night. Most are in public housing or emergency shelters, but about 800 are considered to be living on the street. As a federal district rather than a state, Washington, D.C. is overseen by the federal government, which can override some local laws. The president controls federal land and buildings in the city, but would need Congress to assume federal control of the district. Recently, Trump threatened to take over the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department, a move Mayor Bowser argued is not possible. She stated, "There are very specific things in our law that would allow the president to have more control over our police department. None of those conditions exist in our city right now." Throughout his 2 presidential terms, Trump has criticized various Democratic-run city administrations. Recently, he notably clashed with Los Angeles leadership after ordering thousands of National Guard members to address unrest following raids on undocumented migrants. That deployment has become the subject of a legal battle, which will be heard in a federal court in California on Monday.